It all started one quiet evening when I was scrolling through social media. Out of nowhere, I saw a post my wife had shared. It read, "Some husbands think they can't be replaced." At first, I thought it was just a general quote she had reposted, but then I noticed the comments. Her friends had tagged each other, laughing, and one of them wrote, "If he's so replaceable, is yours free?" To my shock, my wife had replied with a laughing emoji and didn't deny it. I felt my chest tighten as I read more of the conversation. One of her friends even boldly asked if I was available, and instead of defending me or shutting it down, my wife encouraged the joke. It was humiliating, knowing that my own wife treated me like a punchline for her friends' entertainment. I closed the app, but the damage was done. The seed of betrayal had already been planted in my heart. That night, I confronted her gently. I asked why she would post something like that and allow her friends to speak about me that way. She shrugged it off and said, I was too sensitive, that it was just girl talk. But deep down, I knew that wasn't true. No loving wife would let her friends openly joke about replacing her husband if she respected him. The days that followed only confirmed my fears. She became distant, spending more time on her phone, smiling at messages that clearly weren't meant for me. Whenever I asked, she claimed it was just her friends chatting, but my instincts told me otherwise. I decided to stay calm and gather evidence instead of rushing into accusations. One evening, she left her phone on the couch while she went to shower. A message notification lit up the screen. It was from one of the same friends, who had joked about me being free. The message read, "So, are you done with him yet, or should I shoot my shot?" My heart sank. That was enough confirmation that the disrespect wasn't just a joke anymore, it was a conversation. They were actually entertaining. I took screenshots of everything, every post, every comment, every message. My hands were shaking, but my mind was clear. I realized I was married to someone who no longer valued me, someone who saw me as disposable, and if she could make me the subject of ridicule, then she didn't deserve the loyalty and love I had given her all these years. The next morning, I didn't fight, argue, or shout. Instead, I prepared a calm plan. I went to see a lawyer and explained everything. The lawyer told me I had more than enough to file for divorce, and that if I wanted to move forward, I could do so without delay. When I came home that evening, my wife noticed I was unusually quiet. She smirked and asked if I was still upset about that silly post. I looked her straight in the eyes and told her it wasn't silly. It was the final nail in the coffin of our marriage. She laughed at first, thinking I was bluffing, but then I handed her the divorce papers. Her laughter froze. She asked if I was serious, and I told her I had no interest in being with someone who paraded me as a joke to her friends, someone who entertained the idea of me being replaced. She tried to backtrack, saying it was harmless fun, but I shook my head. Respect, once broken, cannot be pieced back together. For the first time, she realized the weight of her actions. The same woman who thought she was in control, who thought I would tolerate her games, was suddenly the one begging. She cried, apologized, and promised to delete the post, but it was far too late. A post could be deleted, but my dignity could not be restored by empty words. Her friends, the ones who mocked me, sent her messages in panic after they found out. They told her she had pushed me too far, and that no man would stay after being humiliated like that. But by then, I was already packing my bags, preparing to start a new chapter of my life without her. She tried everything, calling my family, asking them to convince me to forgive her. But when I showed them the screenshots, they understood immediately why I had chosen this path. No one could argue against the evidence. She had destroyed the respect and loyalty in our marriage with her own hands. The day we signed the divorce papers, she sat there with tears streaming down her face. She whispered that she never thought I would actually leave, that she assumed I loved her too much to walk away. I simply told her, "You mistook my love for weakness. You thought I couldn't be replaced, but in the end, it's you who has lost what cannot be replaced, my trust." And so, I left her behind. My heart was heavy, but also free. Divorce was not the end of my life. It was the beginning of a life where I would never again allow myself to be mocked or belittled by the very person who should have stood by me. My wife thought I could be replaced, but in the end, she was the one left alone, realizing too late that respect in marriage is worth more than jokes, likes, and comments on social media.